Deep within the confines of formidable prisons, a select few individuals have defied the odds, outwitting guards, outmaneuvering security systems, and breaking free from their captors. These extraordinary prison escapes are timeless sagas that never fail to captivate our imagination and challenge our perception of limits. From masterminds using cunning disguises to adrenaline-fueled pursuits, these daring journeys to freedom showcase the unwavering human desire for liberty. Embark with us on a thrilling expedition through history as we unravel the stories behind some of the most notorious and audacious prison escapes ever recorded. Brace yourself for tales that will leave you breathless as we explore the entrenched determination, ingenious strategies, and indomitable spirit that have etched these escapes into the annals of criminal legend.
Dannemora. The escape from Dannemora in 2015 was a thrilling and audacious prison break that captivated the nation. Two inmates, Richard Matt and David Sweat, successfully escaped from the Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora, New York, with the help of a civilian employee. The escape began with the inmates gaining access to the prison's catwalks and tunnels, which were typically off-limits. Over several months, Matt and Sweat meticulously planned their escape, using tools obtained from the prison workshop to cut through the walls of their cells. They then navigated through a maze of underground tunnels, pipes, and catwalks, occasionally passing through dark and cramped spaces. The escapees managed to evade detection by placing mannequins made from clothing and objects in their beds, fooling the prison guards into believing they were still present. The elaborate ruse bought them crucial time to navigate the complex web of passages leading them closer to freedom. Emerging from the tunnels, Matt and Sweat made their way out of the prison through a manhole cover. Once outside, they entered the surrounding woods, disappearing into the vast wilderness of upstate New York. Their escape triggered a massive manhunt that captivated the public and law enforcement agencies nationwide. The search effort spanned several weeks, with authorities combing through the dense forests and rugged terrain, utilizing helicopters, search dogs, and hundreds of officers. The pursuit was intensified as reports began to emerge about the dangerous nature of the escapees and their willingness to commit further crimes to avoid capture. The thrilling escapade concluded with a dramatic climax. Richard Matt was eventually tracked down and confronted by law enforcement in a remote area of New York. Refusing to surrender, he was shot and killed, bringing an end to his fugitive status. David Sweat, on the other hand, managed to evade capture for a couple more days but was eventually found and apprehended near the Canadian border. The escape from Dannemora was a remarkable tale of audacity and desperation. The intricate planning, daring execution, and the subsequent manhunt thrust this prison break into the national spotlight. The successful escape and subsequent capture of Matt and Sweat left a lasting impression on the public's imagination, serving as a reminder of the length some individuals are willing to go to regain their freedom.
Your subscription and engagement are essential for the growth of my channel. I value your feedback and suggestions, which will help shape future content and make it more relevant to your interests.
County Jail escape of 2016.
Newly released video, it shows the moment 3 convicts break out of jail, go on the run before finally being captured in California.
The Orange County Jail escape of 2016 was a thrilling and daring pursuit of freedom. It all began on January 22, 2016 in Santa Ana, California. 3 inmates, Jonathan Tu, Bak Duong, and Hossein Nayeri, concocted an elaborate plan to escape from the maximum security facility. Under the cover of darkness, the trio managed to cut through a steel grate in the dormitory, accessing a plumbing tunnel that led them to the jail's roof. With meticulous planning, they had acquired tools to facilitate their escape, including cutting tools and even a lasso made from bedsheets.
A frantic manhunt in Southern California after 3 inmates charged with violent crimes escaped in Orange County Jail.
Scaling down the jail's exterior using the improvised lasso, they made their way to the ground undetected. Once out, they managed to evade the extensive security measures and flee into the night. Realizing the magnitude of the escape, law enforcement launched a massive manhunt utilizing helicopters, canine units, and a wide range of resources to track down the fugitives. The news of their escape spread like wildfire, capturing public attention and causing widespread concern. For days, the escapees managed to stay one step ahead of the authorities, constantly changing their appearance and eluding capture. They stole multiple vehicles, including a taxi and an electric van, and even managed to obtain funds for their escape by forcing a taxi driver to withdraw money from an ATM. The intense search finally came to an exhilarating conclusion when, on January 28, 2016, two of the fugitives, Jonathan Tu and Hossein Nayeri, were apprehended in San Francisco following a courageous citizen's tip-off. A short time later, near the same area, Bac Duong turned himself in at a local auto shop. Their remarkable escape had lasted a total of 6 days, during which the trio had traveled over 400 miles throughout California, leaving authorities and the public astonished. The Orange County jail escape of 2016 will be remembered as a captivating story of audacity and evasion. Although their freedom was short-lived, the escape highlighted the need for enhanced security measures in correctional facilities, leaving a lasting impact on the criminal justice system.
Alcatraz escape. Alcatraz prison, located on Alcatraz Island in San Francisco Bay, California, was known as one of the most fortified and notorious prisons in the world. Built in the early 20th century, it was designed to hold the most dangerous and incorrigible criminals. The prison's isolation, strong security measures, and treacherous waters surrounding the island made it an extremely difficult place to escape from. Often referred to as the Rock, Alcatraz prison earned a fearsome reputation for its stringent rules and harsh conditions. It housed some of America's most infamous criminals, turning it into a symbol of punishment and deterrence. Until the Great Escape, no prisoner had ever successfully escaped from Alcatraz, solidifying its place as a seemingly impenetrable fortress. Among the most famous prisoners held at Alcatraz were Al Capone, the notorious gangster and leader of the Chicago outfit. Capone was imprisoned at Alcatraz in 1934 for tax evasion. His incarceration on the Rock became a symbol of the government's determination to crack down on organized crime. George Machine Gun Kelly, a notorious American gangster of the 1930s, Kelly was sent to Alcatraz in 1934. He gained notoriety for his involvement in kidnapping and bootlegging activities. The mysterious disappearance of 3 inmates. In the darkest hours of a foggy night, Alcatraz prison was shrouded in an even deeper cloak of secrecy. It was June 11, 1962, when 3 inmates embarked on a daring escape that would mystify the world for decades to come. Frank Morris, Clarence Anglin, and John Anglin meticulously planned their journey to freedom, leaving behind notes and hints that would tantalize investigators for years. Within the confines of their cells, they had crafted crude tools from stolen materials, including spoons fashioned into makeshift drills. With precise calculations, they painstakingly dug away at the concrete walls, gradually widening the openings until they could squeeze through. The constant grind of metal on stone echoed quietly in the dead of night, unheard by the guards whose watchful eyes were always just out of sight. Their escape route led them to a maintenance corridor concealed behind a false panel. They had managed to evade detection by manipulating the aging infrastructure of the prison, exploiting its inherent weaknesses. Like ghosts in the shadow, they moved silently, avoiding motion detectors and security cameras that surveilled their every move. Once they reached the shore, the trio embarked on a treacherous journey across the icy waters of the San Francisco Bay. Using stolen raincoats stitched together with primitive techniques, they fashioned a makeshift raft. Every stroke of their handmade paddles was a testament to their determination, each moment bringing them closer to the uncertain horizon. Theories and speculations surrounding their fate. But what happened to them after that fateful night? That remains a mystery that has captivated the world. No trace of the escapees was ever found. Did their raft succumb to the powerful current, signing them to a watery grave? Or did they manage to defy the odds, find refuge on the mainland, and create new lives undetectable by the prying eyes of law enforcement? Over the years, countless speculations have emerged. Sightings of the fugitives were reported, fueling hope that they had successfully eluded capture. Some even believed that the FBI knew their whereabouts, but chose to keep their secret. Yet, despite extensive investigations, the truth has remained elusive, adding to the allure of the great Alcatraz escape. The story of Frank Morris, Clarence Anglin, and John Anglin is a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to be confined. It reminds us that even within the walls of the most secure prisons, the human mind can craft a plan audacious, so intelligent that it challenges the boundaries of what is deemed possible. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the fascinating stories of the smartest prison escapes in the world, where the human spirit rises above steel and stone, conquering the awe of the power of human ingenuity.
The Texas 7 is
I would greatly appreciate your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel, activating the notification bell, and sharing your suggestions for upcoming videos in the comments section.
Escape in 2000. The Texas 7 escape in 2000 was a thrilling and audacious prison break that captivated the nation with its dramatic twists and turns. The escape involved 7 prisoners: Randy Halprin, Michael Rodriguez, Joseph Garcia, George Rivas, Larry Harper, Patrick Murphy Jr., and Donald Newberry, who successfully broke out of the John B. Connolly unit in Kennedy, Texas. On December 13, 2000, during a recreation period, the Texas 7 overpowered and subdued several civilian workers, seized their uniforms, and locked up correctional officers in a storage room. Using stolen keys and firearms obtained from the prison maintenance bay, they managed to bypass security measures and gain access to restricted areas of the facility. Once outside the prison perimeter, the escapees fled in a stolen prison maintenance truck, which allowed them to blend in and avoid suspicion. They embarked on a crime spree, committing a series of robberies, carjackings, and even the murder of Irving police officer Aubrey Hawkins during a Christmas Eve robbery. As news of their escape and subsequent crimes spread across the nation, a massive manhunt ensued. Law enforcement agencies from Texas and beyond joined forces, conducting an extensive search to apprehend the dangerous fugitives. The Texas 7 became the focus of an intense and widespread media campaign, increasing public awareness and involvement in their capture. To evade capture, the escapees changed their appearances, adopted multiple aliases, and relied on the support of acquaintances and family members. They moved across states, carefully avoiding detection while constantly on the run. Along the way, they captured the imagination of the public, who became engrossed in their daring escapades and the question of when and where they would be captured. The manhunt reached its climax in January 2001. Larry Harper, one of the members, committed suicide before being apprehended, choosing to avoid capture. In subsequent weeks, the remaining members of the Texas 7 were captured one by one through a combination of tips, intelligence gathering, and law enforcement operations. Some members, like George Rivas, were captured after a high-profile standoff, while others surrendered peacefully. The Texas 7 escape was a captivating and thrilling saga that unfolded over weeks, involving a combination of clever planning, audacity, and criminal actions. It kept the nation on edge as law enforcement agencies worked tirelessly to bring the fugitives to justice. The escape and subsequent capture of the Texas 7 remain etched in the annals of American criminal history as one of the most extraordinary prison break stories in recent memory.
Rikers Island helicopter escape. Rikers Island Prison, located in New York City, was considered one of the most fortified prisons before the Great Escape. Situated on an island in the East River, it served as a maximum security correctional facility. Constructed in the mid-20th century, Rikers Island was designed to house dangerous criminals and maintain tight security measures to prevent escapes. The prison's fortified design, extensive surveillance systems, and guarded perimeters made it a formidable institution. With its strategic location, Rikers Island was surrounded by treacherous waters, further deterring escape attempts. Rikers Island housed several famous prisoners throughout its history. From the air, a daring getaway. It was a sunny summer day in the bustling city of New York when Rikers Island, one of the most notorious prisons in the world, became the stage for a high-flying escape that left everyone dumbfounded. As helicopters buzzed overhead, delivering news reports and capturing the chaos below, 5 prisoners were plotting their audacious getaway. The audacity of a helicopter landing on a prison roof. With the precision of a master chess player, the escape artists meticulously planned every move. They knew the odds were stacked against them, but their determination knew no bounds. Their plan? To use a helicopter to whisk them away from the clutches of Rikers Island. As the sun set on the horizon, signaling the cover of darkness, the sound of rotors filled the air, drowning out the nervous whispers among the inmates. The daring pilot skillfully maneuvered the helicopter, dancing through the New York skyline, evading radar and surveillance. Meanwhile, on the rooftop of Rikers Island, the 5 escapees anxiously awaited their ride to freedom. They had managed to smuggle grappling hooks and chisels, tools that would aid in their audacious mission. With their hearts pounding, they watched as the helicopter descended from the sky, its blades slicing through the air. As the chopper landed on the rooftop, chaos erupted. The escapees rushed towards it, fueled by desperation and adrenaline. Moments later, they were airborne, leaving behind a trail of shock and disbelief. The world watched in awe as the helicopter made its daring escape, reducing the seemingly impenetrable Rikers Island to a mere blip in the distance. The Rikers Island helicopter escape remains one of the most daring and brazen prison breaks in history, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to be confined by the walls of their prison cells. It serves as a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, the human spirit will always find a way to soar.
Maze Prison Escape. Maze Prison, also known as Long Kesh, was a high-security prison located near Belfast, Northern Ireland. It gained a reputation as one of the most fortified prisons before the Great Escape. Built in the early 1970s, it was designed to hold paramilitary prisoners during the Troubles, a period of intense conflict in Northern Ireland. The prison was heavily fortified with concrete walls, barbed wire, and guard towers, making it a formidable institution. Maze Prison housed some of the most notorious prisoners during the Troubles. Among the most famous inmates were Bobby Sands. Sands was a member of the Provisional Irish Republican Army, IRA, and became widely known for his hunger strike in 1981. His death during the hunger strike sparked international attention and brought significant focus to the conflict in Northern Ireland. Gerry Adams. Adams is a prominent figure in Irish politics and a former president of Sinn Féin, the political arm of the IRA. He was imprisoned in Maze Prison during the 1970s and 1980s for his alleged involvement in IRA activities, navigating a labyrinth of security measures. In the heartland of Northern Ireland, Maze Prison stood tall and formidable. A maximum security facility, it housed some of the most dangerous paramilitary prisoners during the Troubles. The year was 1983 when a group of IRA inmates orchestrated an audacious escape plan that would leave the world in awe. Led by mastermind Brendan "Bick" McFarlane, the prisoners meticulously studied the prison's layout, meticulously documenting every detail. They familiarized themselves with the labyrinthine corridors, cunningly navigating through a complex system of checkpoints, electronic surveillance, and patrolling guards. With each step, they calculated the risk, always staying one step ahead of the system designed to keep them confined. Using homemade weapons and disguises to execute their plan, the prisoners needed weapons and disguises. Resourceful and ingenious, they fashioned improvised tools from everyday objects found behind bars. Using bed springs, they created a powerful battering ram capable of breaking through steel doors. Blades made from toothbrushes and razor blades became their weapons of choice, concealed in innocuous objects like cigarette lighters. As they made their way through the maze-like corridors, the prisoners donned prison officer uniforms, ensuring a seamless blend into the chaos of the facility. Their disguises allowed them to pass guards and fellow inmates undetected. The combination of perfect timing, meticulous planning, and nerves of steel allowed the group to circumvent even the most stringent security measures. Stay tuned as we uncover more thrilling tales of daring escapes that challenge the limits of human ingenuity and resilience. Witness how the human spirit triumphs over steel and stone, igniting a spark of hope in the hearts of those yearning for freedom.
Advice for every listener: while the tales of prison escapes may enthrall and captivate our imagination, it is important to remember to not sympathize or be influenced by these individuals. Despite their audacity and cunning, it is crucial to recognize that these escapees are, and remain, dangerous. Their actions are a result of their criminal nature and their desire to evade justice. Therefore, it is crucial to maintain a clear understanding between the fascination of their stories and the potential harm they may pose. Appreciate the ingenuity and audacity displayed in these escape operations, but always remember to prioritize safety and adhere to the law. I would greatly appreciate your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel, activating the notification bell, and sharing your suggestions for upcoming videos in the comments section. Your subscription and engagement are essential for the growth of my channel. I value your feedback and suggestions. which will help shape future content and make it more relevant to your interests.